up and we go upstairs to the place where we were about a mile away. When they saw us, the captain says, I never thought we'd see those guys back again.
He thought you were all dead.
Well, it's a tough thing to go down
and all of you came back,
all of
which
us,
is amazing.
We were,
well, they had you, that's why. Let me ask you something,
God.
when they give you this medal, when they gave you the medal, was it a big deal? Did they bring you to the capital?
No. When we came to Czechoslovakia, then they made a big deal.
There was, everybody was there, right?
Yeah, before there's the general, and every soldier was outside, and they gave us the medal.
A lot of people?
People, whoever lived around the area. But when we came to Prague, they made a big deal out of it.
Oh, yeah.
That we were the saviors of Czechoslovakia.
So they took your picture, newspaper, whatever.
That was a big deal.
So that
this
medal,
is the biggest medal.
in the United States, they called this the Congressional Medal of Honor. So in Czechoslovakia,
They call it Válečný kříž.
Válečný kříž.
Kříž is a cross. That's what they call it in Czechoslovakia. My son has the medal.
Yeah, I'd love to see that thing one day.
So, I don't know, when we were already in Czechoslovakia, I was about 6 months in the first line. I forgot to tell you, one day we were going and we were starting to fight and the Germans were very close already, and there was a big river and we went in the river and we hiding to the bushes. You were in the river 2 days, we couldn't move out from there. They were shooting at us and we were shooting back. And then finally the Russians came with tanks and they got us out from there.
So you guys were in the water for
a
couple of days?
That's what I said here when they had to do the surgery on my knees. This I can thank for the goddamn Germans. That I was in the water there for 2 days and 2 nights. That was my worst thing.
That was it? That was the worst one?
6 months. To stay there in that water and hiding the bushes.
In the whole time, from the time it started, where your country was in the war, until the time it was over, how was this? About 3 years, 4 years?
It was 5 years.
5 years.
When the war started, the Hungarians occupied the spot of Czechoslovakia, where they used to be Hungary before the World War I, and they took it back again, the Hungarians. And then when right away they started to take the Jewish people in working camps. So the first thing was the 20 year, from 20 years up, they took us. And they put us in uniforms and gave us a yellow band, but we were not long in the uniform.
What is it called now? First it was Hungary, then Czechoslovakia. Now what?
Hungary.
Back to Hungary now.
Took it back.
Jesus.
And what happens in the end of the war? The Russians occupied Czechoslovakia, and that was the worst thing. That's why we didn't want to stay in there. It was terrible. If somebody was bad with you or they had trouble with you, they just went to the Russians and they
said
told
you
them
did something
that they're talking at them or they do something against Russia.
Gone.
You disappear, they never know where.
And that was happening?
All the Jews, whoever could get away, wherever, to Austria, to England, wherever they could go.
And this is at the end of the war,
and
you're there with the big medal, and they don't care, right? Yeah.
They killed the first president's son, Masaryk. They killed him because he was against them. They took him up on a building with
Threw him off.
And they threw him down through the window and they killed him there. It's a terrible thing with the Russians. And
and that's when you got out of there. You came to Los Angeles.
We registered just the minute we arrived in Czechoslovakia, and my wife got a letter she wrote here to America. She had an aunt here, and she got back a letter that they'll send us the papers to come to America. We registered in the American consul, and we had to wait for our visa 3 years. And after the 3 years, the Russians occupied us. Even if you have your own business, you would be only, they took it away from you and you would be only a manager. I had a beautiful villa. If I stayed there, they put some people more to live in there because it was big for one people. That's how the Russians worked. So everybody who could to get away, they left Czechoslovakia. You see, before the Russians were there, people who went to Israel, they could take, they call it a lift, on the train. They built like a room and they put up on a train, and they let them take anything they wanted to take to Israel with them. They used to
so when the Russians took over, that was over.
When the Russians came, when I came to the United States, I had to sign up what I'm taking with me, and that was not enough, but 2 Russian soldiers were coming and go with, they had some stick in the bottom with something. They went through the suitcase, if it's not laid on in the bottom, another stuff, to see if I don't put anything. Just, they let you to take out only clothes. 1 wedding ring, that could be from gold. 1 watch, only silver. You couldn't take. They used to sell Schaffhausen watches, one of the best watches there. For a silver watch, we had to pay as much money as for a gold because they know they don't let out the gold watches. So they were going through everything in the suitcase to check what we have. I made myself 10 suits, beautiful 10 suits before, for tailor suits. So whatever we had, we can put it, but no jewelry, no nothing, just 1 ring and 1 watch. But people put in creams and whatever they could. They took whatever they could. But if they cut you, you'll never went out no place. They took you to Siberia. So then they stopped doing it. They said, the hell with it, we're just to get out from there. And that was with the Russians.
So eventually,
and we were fighting together. We were friends together. When they occupied, they told the soldiers, wherever you go, anything you want, you can take. It's all yours. They took.
And then the Russians took it back.
They started with the women, and the officers were ashamed what the soldiers did. They used to shoot them right on the street, their own soldiers. They were so, it was terrible, it was very bad. You see, the Russians didn't have a watch. If they saw a watch on you, they divide, and they took their watch. They used to have watches on their hands. If it didn't work, they didn't know you have to wind it down. They just threw it away. The Russians didn't have. The Russians got Mahorka. When we went for an attack, they used to bring out 2 barrels of vodka. They used to give you a stakan, a glass of vodka, a pocket full of Mahorka, and a pocket full of newspaper. Now, they didn't have a match, and they didn't have a lighter. How are you going to light? They used to get a little pipe, this big like this, a little pipe, and in the pipe, a little fabric in it, and two pieces of steel, and knocked that to the fabric. The fabric got a little fire on it, and that's how they start their cigarette.
Oh.
When you were in that one camp,
Alright, you can send them out.
and all these
That was not the camp. I
That's
was in
the army.
army, and we were in the middle, and the two Russians and the two sides were fighting together. And they didn't have nothing but this. You see, when we came already, when we occupied, they used to, after the Russians one winter, when Stalin let them come in all the way to Stalingrad, and then Stalin brought down from Caucasus, from all over the new hell, and they beat the hell out of the Germans, and they were dying like flies, and they were going back. They didn't have the right clothes, they didn't have nothing, and then when they occupied Germany, the Russians and the Czechs and the Americans, they all come together, the Americans, the Russians, and that's how they occupied Germany. So I don't know what else I can tell you.
Did you know when you were in that place before you went into the Czech army? Were there any women that when you saw all these women who were asking you for shoes and a skirt or whatever, or jacket, or all this stuff? Was there any one of them in there that was sort of special that you liked, who was a really nice person that you got along with?
With me together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had. First of all, I had my 6.
Oh wait, they gotta do your blood.
Oh, okay.